NewsNation's Alex Caprariello joins us live here in Chicago. And Alex, the top cop, he gives an update every day. Today's, basically, he was saying that yesterday's protests were a lot different than what we've seen.
Yeah, most certainly. I've been following these protests every day since Monday, and what I saw last night was the First Amendment in action. People that were actually here to try to give themselves an opportunity to use their free speech to lift up their cause. In this case, it was the pro-Palestinian movement. About 500 or so demonstrators right here behind me at Union Park. They eventually started marching towards the DNC. And that was a little bit different because as far as legality goes, all that these demonstrators had a permit for was to demonstrate here in the park. They did not actually have approval to march down the street. But we saw the Chicago police do exactly what they said that they were going to do, to be fluid in the moment, to actually have conversations with the organizers, to try to figure out a solution that everyone actually gets a win. And so that's exactly what happened. In the 11th hour, right before they started marching, I saw Superintendent Larry Snelling with my own eyes engaging in those negotiations and ultimately giving them the green light to march on the DNC. Take a listen to what he said earlier this morning.
And it shows that when you have some type of contact and collaboration with those who are organizing, that you can have a peaceful First Amendment gathering. And that's what happened yesterday.
And at one moment, it was a bit contentious. We knew that there was a pro-Israel demonstration that was happening at Park 578, which is exactly where this demonstration marched to. So we knew that it was going to be almost competing sides and ideologies right next to each other. We wondered whether or not that would ultimately lead to fisticuffs. But the police were right there in between, protecting both sides. So that way they were both practicing their First Amendment rights in a safe way that kept the city safe. No arrests had been made. No injuries to report yesterday, Nicole.
All right, so no arrests yesterday, no injuries. What are we expecting to see tonight? Because it is the last night of the DNC.
It is the last night of the DNC, and we know that this could be a big one. The Coalition to March on the DNC, that was that organization I've been telling you about that on Monday organized some 3,500 people, the biggest crowds that we had seen yet, made up of more than 250 organizations. They're the ones who are putting on the protest tonight. They're the ones who are organizing that march. Now, the big difference is between Monday and today, well, number one, it's not at noon. So we know a lot of more people are going to be off work, possibly coming here and joining. But the only difference is we knew that busloads of people were coming in on Monday. That may not be the same case for today. So we're going to have to wait and see whether or not this is of the same size, where it is in the thousands, or if it's a little bit smaller, where it's more in the hundreds. But then also we know that Kamala Harris is coming to the DNC tonight. Of course, that's going to sort of invoke them to lift their voices a bit louder to try to get her attention. Nichole?
All right, Alex Caprariello doing great work for us there on the streets of Chicago. Alex, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.